Get Pucked. Hello, everyone, again. The Get Pucked podcast boys coming back a little bit quicker than usual. I think that might be because something might have happened last night that merits a little quick reactionary sort of video. I think we got something.
We have a trade to announce. And for those of you in the building, you'll be particularly interested.
Boo! But in all seriousness, yes, it would seem like while we had just talked about it last night, where he was going to go and what was going to happen with him, Ben Chiarot traded, and it ended up being Florida. And more interesting, and I say this with a big smile on my face looking at you, Dave, a first-round pick was involved, plus. So I guess real quick, gentlemen, go through it. Dave, we can start with you because you must be completely baffled by this. What did you think of the trade? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
Well, obviously, I like it for the Canadiens. It's absolutely a great move. A 2023 first-round pick to boot. I think that's an amazing asset to get there, right there. The fourth-round pick, just gravy, whatever. But they could get the prospect as well. I mean, look, count me as one of the guys who never thought they would get this, and I absolutely think Florida overpaid for a guy like Ben Chiarot. But I guess that was what the market was. So good on the Canadiens. This prospect seems pretty interesting. Not obviously a top tier prospect, a B-level prospect who could, from all accounts, he looks like a goal scorer. He's had some injury problems, a broken finger. He had mono for a while. So, it's hard to really judge a player on that. But I mean, he's a guy who, from all accounts, people were interested in. I mean, I saw his name pop up, beforehand in the weeks leading to this trade as a potential case. I can't say that I've ever heard of this name before, but it seems like just the more you can get, the better. He seems to fit into to the Habs game plan of what they want to do going forward. He's a right winger who could play center, but mostly I think he'll be used as a right winger. And a few years away perhaps, but another addition to the Canadiens. And what for me, what makes it more interesting is that for Tyler Toffoli and Ben Chiarot, not the most marquee names out there, the Canadiens now have 2 first-round picks. They have 2 prospects and a fourth, which is mad exciting in my mind. So I like the return. I think, well done for Ken Hughes. I think that's as good as you're going to get. I mean, hopefully for my sanity, I think that was as good as you're going to get for Ben Chiarot. So well done, hand clap. And I know you guys probably like it too. So I'll leave the floor to you guys.
Honestly, I love it. They got so many assets with those 2 players, and keep in mind they're 2 players that Marc Bergevin brought in as free agents. So essentially, we got services from them, and then got to flip them for, as you said, 2 first rounds in 2 separate years, 2 prospects, 2 additional picks, and let's not forget Tyler Pitlick, even though he hasn't played a single game, but he's still an asset that got brought into the team. And so I mean, Ben Chiarot was traded for, I would say, a little more than what people were suggesting. I know there was a lot of people suggesting a first-round pick and a prospect. Some were even just saying an equivalent of a former first-round pick, as a player to come in, stuff like that. So in the end, you're looking at 3 assets came Montreal's way for Ben Chiarot. And albeit it's an unprotected first-round pick in 2023, which might not really matter considering it's the Florida Panthers. I mean, I'd be super surprised if Florida crashes and burns next year and it ends up becoming a top 10 scenario. Not everything is like the San Jose Sharks and the Ottawa Senators back in the day when Carlson was traded. But either way, it's still unprotected. I mean, weirder stuff has happened. And from all accounts, from what I saw and what I've read up on the prospect that we got yesterday, which was Smilanic, is that he's a very good skater. He's got a good first step. He's pretty much a 2-way forward. Defensively, he's responsible enough. Obviously, I don't expect him to be a top 6 player. Probably a middle six forward is where I would see him if and when he makes the roster. And if he's able to move up and down the lineup when there's injuries, all the better. Either way, you're talking about now 2 players that some have stated, and when I say the 2 players, I mean Smilanic and Heineman for both respective trades, that they're 2 assets that should make the team and can contribute on one to some degree down the road. We'll see, but they're there, and they're considered B-level prospects that should have been drafted slightly higher than where they were actually drafted. So good returns there. I'm very happy with what Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon has done so far. Let's see what else is going to happen from now till Monday or now till the offseason.
I guess to just real quick mimic exactly what you guys are saying. I mean, how could you not like this trade? I mean, this is above and beyond what most people, I think, expected. They talked about the market being set with the Josh Manson move, which I told you guys in the last episode just last night. I'm like, I did not believe that was going to set the market on a guy like Chiarot. I thought teams were going to pay. I'm getting a bit of an inside scoop here because I'm looking at Twitter too. The Hughes conference is going on now, and apparently the ask was always for the 2023 first round. So that's interesting. And so they got it.
Seems like that's what it was a bit of a delay.
So maybe that's
reluctant to do it.
Exactly. That's why probably we were hearing that St. Louis backed out at the last hour and stuff like that. I mean, you get yourself a prospect, you got yourself a first, you got a sweetener fourth, likely because you're retaining a bit of salary so that Florida can continue to make some moves there. So that's another little shrewd business move because he's UFA. It's off the books anyways at the end of the season. I mean, this is the slammest of slam dunks that you can get. And you brought in the Tyler Toffoli trade also. You're talking about loading up on firsts. I mean, these are good players. It's sad to see them go. But when you look at how and where the team is going to start progressing, they were, in essence, expendable, and you were able to convert them into some serious currency. I think this is phenomenal. Well done to the management.
And something to note, I think it was Andy Strickland who came out yesterday saying that St. Louis wasn't actually there till the end with in the Ben Chiarot sweepstakes probably because of what you just heard now is that they wanted a 2023
pick. The ask was too high.
But when you think about it, and before we leave off and all that stuff, they got a similar return for Ben Chiarot as they did for Tyler Toffoli. There are some similarities there.
Yeah, it's very, very structurally the same, and I think they're both phenomenal.
Very, very happy with the return so far, and now it just remains to be seen. And to close this off, guys, I can't remember the last time the Montreal Canadiens had 2 first-round picks for the next 2 NHL drafts.
So far.
I don't think it's ever happened. So let's see
what
they can add to that. But yeah, definitely a good haul, and we'll see. I mean, now it's all about who they draft and if they could develop them properly, because that's always been an issue also. So, good in theory. Let's see it work in reality.
The future is bright. So we just wanted to do this little reactionary video just quickly because we thought it merited based on how we were just talking about it yesterday. Again, check out the video. It just came out this morning. Check out this one too, of course. And we hope to catch you guys in the next one. This was Reactionary. Get pucked. Get pucked.